Shoot.
Sir? Hi, Sheriff Joe. Do you know that you've become a hero to millions of Americans?
Well, I'm just doing my job. I've been in law enforcement 50 years, and just doing what I feel is right. This is the best job I've had because I'm elected. Now, I've been a bureaucrat for 30 years. I was a cop in Washington and Vegas, and I was in the Army, and 30 years with the Federal Drug Enforcement. Always had a boss in the bureaucracy. But you know what? Now, as the elected sheriff, I report directly to the people, and that gives me the option of doing things quickly without worrying about bureaucracy, and that's why we have the tents and baloney and chain gangs. I can go on and on and on, and that's why I'm cracking down on illegal immigration. Been doing it for 3 years. 3 years been doing it, and I think we've been very successful. So I have to say, you know, I'm kind of a senior citizen. I was born June 14, Flag Day, 1932. So you can get your calculator out and figure out how young I am. But you know, I don't surrender. My mother and father came here from Italy, legally. So I feel that you should obey the law. This is the greatest country in the world. We love people that come here. That's what made this country great. But you should do it legally. People don't understand what a violation of the law is, including law enforcement, including politicians. When they say that we are not going to, it's going to cost money to enforce the federal immigration laws, that's the federal's mission, not our mission. How come the law enforcement enforces the drug law? That's federal. The guns, that's federal. Smuggling, that's federal. But when you say federal immigration, oh, we don't want to do that. But a million excuses. We only go after violent criminals. Why is my jail, where all the cops lock people up and put them in my jails, why is 50% of the people misdemeanors if they're only going after violent crimes? But you see, they just do not want to enforce the federal immigration law.
And why is that? Why are they refusing to send troops to the border,
because
for example?
Amnesty is number one. They think it's just a federal problem. It's not a federal problem. Now in Arizona, the new law, it's a state problem. So, and then the employers like to hire cheap labor, you know, to make more profit, take away the money from the kids that want to work in McDonald's and give it to the illegals. I just raided 4 McDonald's last month. A lot of people don't like that, but we arrested 21 people working with phony identification.
How has Governor Jan Brewer signing the bill into effect, a law today? How will that impact you, your department, and how you handle your department?
Not going to change much. We've been doing it anyway, but now it gives a couple added incentives. For example, now when we grab someone with no other crime, instead of turning them over to the immigration, now with the new law, it's a misdemeanor, so we can arrest them just sounding in this country illegally. But there's going to be so many criteria, and I want to see if they do enforce the law. We have a lot of laws on the book that are not enforced. Illegal immigration. How come I'm the only guy that was really enforcing immigration laws? That's been on the books. I'm nothing special.
But you're the only one who seems to be really doing something about it. You're the only one, in spite of the fact they tried to strip you of your departmental rights. You're the only one. How have you dealt with that? Their attempt to take away your power?
Well, you know, I never had any problems being the sheriff. 18 years. Never had everybody after me. It's a shame. Once I took on illegal immigration and took on corruption, I'm the bad guy. I got everybody picketing. I got politicians after me. Why? Because I'm doing my job in Maricopa County. But you know what? They can't fire me. The only people that can fire me are the voters. So I will continue to do my job. Like I say, I'm not a young guy. I don't need this job, that's for sure. But I'm going to run again If I don't run for governor next week, I'm running for sheriff 2012, and I'm going to continue being the sheriff. Nobody's going to drive me out except the voters if they don't like me.
One more question, Sheriff Joe. I'm getting the nod over here. Did I hear you say if you run for governor?
Everybody wants me to run for governor. I know I could win. I just raised $2 million, just not even trying. But I have to make a big decision next week. And it's tough because I have to resign my office right away, and then they'll appoint their buddy to be the sheriff, and everything goes down the tube. I do have some loyalty to my organization. Most politicians will give their right arm to keep moving up. Well, I don't, governor, what is that? The governor you heard, she has to report to the legislature. It's the legislature that passed that law. The governor could have vetoed it, but it's political year. So no, I don't report to any legislature. I report to the people so I can do things that I feel is right for the people without worrying about politics and all the bureaucracy. But I am elected. I've been elected 5 times, 4-year terms. I didn't think I was going to make another career. I did my 32 years in the hills of Turkey, in the Middle East, and director in Mexico, in South America, and all over the United States with the United States Drug Enforcement. So I did my 30 years. Now here I am 18 years as sheriff. I didn't think I was going to make another career out of this, but I know when I leave, you won't be talking to me. And if I don't want to be something else, and the salary isn't that much, so why do I do this? I ask myself, why do I keep taking all the heat? You know why? And I'm a little ego. I have a little ego, right? But you know why? Because when these people come up to me and they say, thank you, Sheriff, that's all I need. It has nothing to do with anything else. I don't need this job and all the heat I take. But when people come up to me and say, thank you, that's my reward. Is that corny? I don't know if it's corny or not, but what else? Why do you think I run all the time and take all the heat? Why?
Sheriff Joe, I'm from California, and I have to say that I thank you too, and I thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right, let's.
Put the machine
You're back on, Sheriff Joe.
Let me tell you, I got big problems in Arizona today with the new illegal immigration. They're demonstrating. Now I'm going to go back out next week, right in their face. And I'm coming into Phoenix with my posse and do it again. I know there's going to be a lot of controversy. So why am I here when I got all these problems? National media, they want to talk to me. Everybody wants to talk to me. But I'm here to support Bill Hunt for sheriff here. So think of that. I should be in Arizona right now.
I think the people of California welcome you here, Sheriff Joe.
Yeah, but I'm here for Bill Hunt.
Right.
Make sure he gets elected.
We need sheriffs like Sheriff Joe here in California, don't we?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We started getting people who stand up for the people and enforce the law. And, Sheriff Joe is probably the best known law enforcement leader in the country right now, and he's come out here to support me. He knows who's in this race. He's backing me, and he's backing me at a tough time when they need him back in the office. So it says a lot, and we're very thankful to have him out.
Especially today with the bill being signed by the governor. Today's a very important day.
Absolutely. But it's important for all of us. I mean, look what's happening in Arizona. Now they let their, remarkably, Arizona citizens get to carry weapons. They get to exercise their Second Amendment right. Law enforcement in Arizona is going to be forcing our laws. That's the way it should be everywhere in the country. But unless we elect good people at every office, particularly the office of the county sheriff, we're not going to have that kind of leadership.
In California, we have a massive, and I emphasize, illegal immigration problem. Why has nothing been done about that? Everybody asks me that. Why is nothing being done? Not only in Arizona, California, and everywhere else.
Because there's no political will to do it. Everybody's passing the buck, right? But our criminal justice system is overwhelmed with the problem. Our healthcare system's overwhelmed with the problem. Our education system's overwhelmed with the problem. So sooner or later, we got to elect people who are not going to stick their head in the sand, and they're going to do something about it.
Well, we thank you, sir.